Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the CD guy, Johnny Z here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Foo Fighters studio album, But Here We Are. First off, just some fast album facts. This is the 11th studio album by the Foo Fighters, released today on June 2nd, 2023. It's the follow-up to Medicine at Midnight from 2021, and is the first album of theirs to be released following the passing of longtime drummer Taylor Hawkins, who unfortunately passed away last year. Personnel here on this album, you have Dave Grohl on lead vocals, guitar, and drums. Dave Grohl recording all the drum tracks here on this record in the absence of the late Taylor Hawkins. Also, you have Nate Mendel on bass guitar, right? Chris Shiflett on guitar and backing vocals, Pat Smear on guitar, and on keyboards you have Rami Jaffe. Time for John's 5, my top 5 favorite songs from the new record. Coming in at number 1 here, my favorite song from But Here We Are has got to be The Teacher, the 10-minute epic on this record, released recently as a single featuring raw, personal lyrics, as well as a really catchy and memorable chorus, in my opinion. So, perhaps most importantly, this song takes the listener through all 5 stages of mourning the band are trying to convey here, which is really interesting because, of course, this album is dedicated to Taylor Hawkins, as well as Dave Grohl's late mother, Virginia. And the last 30 seconds of this track are super powerful as well, with Grohl's raspy vocals screaming goodbye over and over, a message we all know who it's directed to. So, fantastic stuff here. My favorite song from the new record, clocking in at over 10 minutes long. We have The Teacher coming in at number 1 here on John's 5. Following that up here with my number 2, I'm going to go with Under You. Described as melodic punk, Under You is one of the more accessible songs here on this record, and, it's classic Foo Fighters here with a fun melody on top of more grief-stricken lyrics that make for a very interesting listen, and, this song definitely does feel like the band's struggling with the loss of, a member here and trying to get it all out in the studio, which is historically what a lot of bands have done after the loss of a prominent member, just getting in the studio and trying to, turn all of that grief into music, right? We've seen historically bands like AC/DC and Metallica, just to name a couple, who have done that following the loss of a major member, and it definitely does give that impression here on this track. So my second favorite song off the record has to be Under You. My number 3 has got to be But Here We Are, the title track, and another really emotionally charged song here that features some of Grohl's most abrasive vocals on the album. But Here We Are seems to be the rallying cry for the band, continuing after losing Taylor Hawkins, and so for that I think it works really well as the title track and has quickly become one of my favorites off the new album for sure. Number 4 is going to be Rescued. It's the album opener that wastes no time getting to, setting the lyrical tone for this record, with Grohl's vocals kicking in, presumably detailing his initial thoughts following Taylor Hawkins' death, although these lyrics can be applicable to the sudden loss of any loved one, and it's a really fast-paced rocker here, and a very strong way to kick off the album in my opinion. So number 4 in my top 5, I have to go with Rescued. Rounding out John's 5 here, coming in at number 5, I have to go with Show Me How, released on May 25th as a single. It's one of the softer tracks here on this record, featuring a vocal duet between Dave Grohl and his daughter, Violet. So, from a sonic perspective, I think their voices mesh really well together, and just a really well done vocal collab here by the Grohls. I enjoy it, and I enjoy also as well the fact that, again, it's one of the softer songs on this record, so it provides a little bit of, a little bit difference between, some of the more heavy, fast-paced rockers, and then you have a more quiet song. So, that's good. It shows the range of the band here, so I dig that quite a bit. Show Me How coming in at number 5, rounding out John's 5. All in all, I'm going to give this album 8.5 out of 10 stars. It's an album from a band still in mourning, but churning out their most aggressive, raw, and well-said record in years, in my opinion. The lyricism on here is absolutely top-notch as far as I'm concerned, and marks a moment in the band's history that they've described themselves as the first chapter in the band's new life, right? And sonically, it's a pretty basic, stripped-down record, but certainly not lacking power or emotion throughout. It really packs a punch in more ways than one, and, it seems to be the record the band absolutely needed to make after the events of the past year. So it's certainly a contender so far for one of the best rock albums of 2023 thus far. So for that, I think it's a really great record. I really enjoy it. I'm going to keep listening, of course, and have to pick it up next time I go to the record store. But for now, I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10 stars. So that wraps up my review of the new Foo Fighters studio album, But Here We Are. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, turn on the bell for notifications so you never miss a new upload, and let me know down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the new Foo Fighters studio album? I want to hear from you, so let me know all that good stuff down in the comments. And until next time, it's the CD guy, Johnny Z, signing off. Take care, everybody.